Fuck me, that was embarrassing to watch. Bloody hell. Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back to the channel, United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Hope you're all having a great Saturday evening. Hope you're all having a great weekend so far in this third or fourth weekend of August 2023. First of all, do me a massive favour, hit the like button, the share button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. That is United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel and the community if you're new. Share the video, hit the tweet button, hit the retweet button, and remember to put that notification bell on at all times to receive dedicated content right throughout the rest of 2023 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube for more Fortnite, Hogwarts Legacy, Kingdom Hearts 4, FIFA 23, EA Sports FC 24, more F1, more Rocket League, more previews, more reactions, more transfer news, and much more brand new stuff planned for the rest of this year in August 2023 and right throughout the rest of this year as well. So please subscribe to the channel and the community if you know. And there was no words to describe how bad that was for Manchester United today. This sums up this season, this transfer window, that abysmal, pathetic and embarrassing second half to Tottenham, losing 2-0 in the second game of Man United's Premier League season for the 2023-2024 season. Utter, pathetic, shambolic, embarrassing. That team tonight are a joke. Utter shambolic. No energy, no fight, no passion, no commitment. That team was at 6s and 7s again today. Wolves exposed them last Monday and Tottenham have exposed them again, losing 2-0 thanks to Alessandro Martinez own goal through a Ben Davies strike into the box, goes in off Martinez, rolls into the United net, past Onana. We are in big trouble. Based on what I've just witnessed, what I've just watched from Manchester United, this club's in big trouble. And Andrew Owen, I don't blame you for putting that laughing emoji because that performance was absolutely laughable. Embarrassing for Manchester United. I've got no words to explain how bad that was. Everything went wrong, and it did go wrong. United just didn't turn up. United caved in. Soon as we went 1-0 down, the heads dropped and United gave up. When the going gets tough, United give up. Losing 2-0 away to Tottenham in your second game of the season, that says a lot about how bad things are getting behind the scenes at Man United. And it's now happening on the pitch. We are crying out for quality in the midfield. The attack is crying out for quality. And that back four are a joke. Diallo, Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, all to blame for the second goal and for the first goal as well. The midfield of Mount, Eriksen, Fernandes, Casemiro clearly doesn't work. And when you've got an abysmal striker like Marcus Rashford up front with an embarrassing and quite frankly goal-hogging Garnacho, and you've got Anthony who's got more consistency than a cat on a cat tray, and you've got Sancho who still shouldn't be at the club, and you've got an ageing Eriksen, United are a mess. It is an absolute mess. I could not believe the way we played in that second half. United gave up and we were the better team in that first half. Let's not beat around the bush. Manchester United were the better team in that first half. The amount of chances they had on goal says a lot about our consistency with our forwards. We've got no goals in that team. We've got no consistency in the front three. United have got no quality, and it's very, very embarrassing that we are playing the way we are playing. And everyone can pinpoint and blame Erik ten Hag for this. But what is Ten Hag meant to do? He's been underlined by the Glazers. He's got boards that can't sanction deals. He's got players here who still shouldn't be at the club. And he wants players that have not arrived yet. And hopefully now this is going to kick Manchester United right up their ass crack tonight, because I feel sorry for every single fan and supporter who watched that, witnessed that game and travelled all the way up to North London to watch that pile of shit play the way they did today. That United team is crying out for reinforcements. And I tell you what, I feel sorry for Ten Hag. He is not the one to blame for this result. It's that players, it's that squad, it's the board, and it's the owners of this football club. They are throwing everyone under the bus. They are throwing the manager under the bus. Every player we want, United haven't got. Every player we want sold, United haven't done it. And that is affecting us on the pitch now. There's no urgency. There's no commitment. There's no desire to get this football club back to the top, which is Erik ten Hag's ultimate mission to do so. And getting spanked by Tottenham the way Manchester United did this evening is a major cause for concern heading towards the rest of the season. Because I tell you what, if you think the Premier League's going to be tough, wait till Manchester United get their group stage draw for the Champions League. Because I tell you what, things are going to get even worse from here. You look at Man United's first 5 fixtures, you would have thought Manchester United would have beat Tottenham today and have a major improvement from Wolves' Monday night performance. There was no improvement in that team soon as the first whistle went. United didn't even try. They gave up soon as that first whistle was blown for kickoff in the first half. United gave up. Soon as it went 2-0 down, United caved in and they knew the game was gone. There was no points available today. And basically, we're only behind Brentford, Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Newcastle already. Already fallen miles and miles down that Premier League table already after 2 games. United are in big trouble. This season's in chaos. The club behind the scenes is a nightmare. And Ten Hag is the one that is suffering. I do not blame the manager. Ten Hag is having to get the best out of what he's got to use. He's got players here he does not want to keep. He's got players here he knows are not good enough to be in the Manchester United shirt, and he's being forced to keep these players because the club is incompetent of selling players for fees that are realistic in this summer transfer window of 2023 this year. Ten Hag is being hung out to dry by the board and the owners, and these players are doing exactly what they did to David Moyes and Louis van Gaal, Mourinho, Rangnick and Solskjaer. They are now doing it to Erik ten Hag. They are throwing him under the bus because one good season, they go back into their shell for the second, and basically all the results start going wrong. And this is where Manchester United are not acting like a football club. It is a fucking business. There is no urgency to improve this team. There is no urgency to remove the dead wood. There is no urgency for results to improve. If I was Erik ten Hag and I was looking at this now, I would resign, walk away and tell United to fuck you. Honestly, that is what I would be doing as manager of this football club. I would be telling the club to utterly do one, because it's not fair on Ten Hag. He's been headed in this Premier League season unprepared, unorganised, and players he wanted are not here. We are crying out for quality in that midfield. We've been linked with Amrabat all summer long, and the last few days, Gravenberch. Those 2 players from Bayern Munich and Fiorentina should have been in that squad for today's game, and they're not United players yet. We've got no goal-scoring striker because the guy they put all their faith in £73 million of faith in Rasmus Højlund, is still injured. We've got an injury-prone Martial United are trying to shift and is still getting appearances in a United kit. You've got Scott McTominay and Harry Maguire holding this club hostage because they don't want to go. They don't want to leave. They do not want out of Manchester United, but are forcing their stay because they think they're better than some of those players in that first team. You've got players like Tom Heaton, Dean Henderson, Diego Diallo, Wan-Bissaka, who aren't good enough. Donny van der Beek, who are holding this club hostage, who are not good enough and are still playing in a United shirt. And half of them are featuring in a United kit today against Tottenham in that embarrassing defeat. United fell apart in the second half. Didn't even want to try to recuperate a late goal as a consolation. United didn't even want to try and win that game today, ladies and gents. They didn't want to try for you. They gave up on the fans. They gave up on the supporters. And people think that Manchester United have had a great summer transfer window. They've brought in all these good players, but none of them are clicking. Onana has basically been our best signing all summer. And you've got Mason Mount, who's taken on the iconic number 7 shirt and basically shat on it with all the dog shit that is so far up his own ass crack. He is ruining the legacy and the history of that number 7 shirt with 2 abysmal performances so far in a Man United shirt. Manchester United shouldn't have went anywhere near Mason Mount. It clearly does not work playing 2 number 8s in the holding midfield position with Casemiro as the CDM holding midfield. It clearly doesn't work, and it showed it because United's midfield were utterly exposed again by the Tottenham attack of Maddison, Song, Kulusevski. They were having an absolute thrill day running at that Man United back four. It was like watching a school team in Man United. You've got players you know aren't good enough to feature it in your own school team. It is utterly shocking that Manchester United can't find any ambition to try and find a win today. VAR robbed us in the first half. The amount of chances we had through Rashford, Fernandes, Garnacho and co, who didn't take the opportunity when they were in front of goal. United could have been 3 or 4-0 up in that first half, and they simply did not take their chances when they needed to convert them. And we are sat here with a 2-0 defeat. And you wonder why I moan and I'm negative about this football club. I get told I'm salty. I get told I'm negative. I get told I'm always moaning about how bad it is behind the scenes at Manchester United. I criticise them way too much. I call them out way too much for what they are. And it's pure, utter incompetence to send this Erik ten Hag into a second Premier League season with half a squad that's dead on its knees. No squad depth, no quality in certain positions that need to be improved. They are sending this manager into an early fucking grave. They are sending Ten Hag into an early grave because I'll tell you what, this job is going to kill Erik ten Hag. He is looking at that performance and he knows deep down that was nowhere near good enough to prove that some of those players are up to the task of being a Manchester United player. Season 2, and it is crumbling away already. People tell me, don't panic. It's only been 2 games. If you're looking at that Man United side, where is the confidence? Where is the leadership? Where is the quality in that attack? Where is the authority in that midfield? And where is the defensive ability of 2 minstrels from the sweet packet wrappers trying to defend at the back? It is utterly embarrassing for Manchester United to cave in the way they did against Tottenham. Tottenham, no disrespect, have got an ex-Celtic reject and a manager that did so well at Celtic and is putting his authority on Tottenham performances already after 2 games. Tottenham are above Manchester United. So are Liverpool. So are Man City. So are Newcastle. And even Brentford from their 3-0 win today against Fulham are above Manchester United in the top 4. Brentford again are above Manchester United. It says where it is all going wrong. You're relying on players that are simply not ready to be starters in a Man United shirt. Marcus Rashford down the middle, more like Marcus Trashford, who is not a bloody striker, is being deployed down the middle because we haven't got a fucking striker. We haven't got one. We haven't got a goal scorer who can put the ball into the back of the net for Manchester United in competitive games. We haven't got a striker. And basically, Rashford is being deployed down the middle because Man United are reluctant to spend any more money because of financial fair play and sell to buy bullshit to basically get away with this embarrassing summer transfer window that has been crap ever since it opened, ever since that FA Cup final to defeat to Man City last season. United have thrown this manager under the fucking bus again by saying we've got to be careful what we spend. We've got to sell to buy. We've got to get rid of players to bring players in. It is a load of bullshit to protect the Glazers' incompetence of pure management that is simply not there, who can organise a piss-up in a pub with a bunch of friends on a stag do before the best man and his mate who's getting married for the wedding for the next day. Man United are an absolute pantomime. It is pants at times, the way Manchester United are performing today. Utter embarrassing. I am disappointed, I'm angry and I'm frustrated. But I saw this outcome coming. I knew it was bad against Wolves and we deserved to not win that game. And we did not deserve to win that game today based on that second half. I'm so angry and disappointed the way United deployed themselves. They didn't even want to go at it in the second half. It's like we just ran out of gas. We ran out of steam because we were pressing Tottenham so much in that first half. But I think the big talking point is that VAR decision has absolutely robbed Manchester United. It is clear handball from Christian Romero, the Tottenham centre-back, through a Garnacho shot in the first half in the Tottenham penalty area. It hits Romero's hand and it's not given as a penalty. It is a clear fucking penalty. The ball has hit Romero's hand and it's not been given. How can you justify not giving a clear Stonewall penalty from a Romero block with his hand? That is an absolute ludicrous decision, not just by Michael Oliver, but by VAR as well. How can they justify that not being a penalty? It's a clear Stonewall that would be given in a championship game. It is unbelievable the way Manchester United act in that second half. They didn't even try to pressure Tottenham because that first half decision went to Manchester United's heads and they didn't know how to break that Tottenham team down. And I said there was 3 or 4 decent Tottenham players in that team that would outplay Manchester United, and that outcome has happened. James Maddison running rings around Bruno Fernandes, running rings around Casemiro, running rings around Mason Mount. And Man United said no to that potential signing. Heung-min Son having a thrill day against Wan-Bissaka, Varane and Diego Dalot. Man United did not know what to turn to. They had no clue what the outcome would be in that game today. United just didn't have the urgency or the attacking threat to deal Tottenham the damage I thought we would do. I was confident that United would come out with the 3 points. I predicted we'd win 2-0. I did not expect to lose 2-0, but I'm not surprised we've lost because we are not prepared properly for this season. The manager has been thrown under the bus in this transfer window, and we are being told now that we have got to basically sell to get players in. If we do fucking nothing this week and we head into the game against Nottingham Forest next Saturday, United might as well end their season then because we are not going to keep playing like that, surely. But it might happen. This season could be an absolute car crash waiting to happen, and predicting it now it will be, because playing like that, if you think the Premier League is going to be bad, what could happen in the Champions League group stage when that group stage draw happens in 2 weeks' time? Imagine the group United get, and imagine the scoreline it will be against several of the European giants. United will get ripped apart by them. United are too scared to try. They're too scared to put any effort in. They're too scared to try and get the win that we all desperately needed for this weekend. And United have bottled it again. Simply, quite frankly, United were embarrassing to watch for that whole of that second half. Soon as we went 1-0 down, I didn't know what to think. I was like, how can you be 1-0 down with the opportunities that you presented yourselves in the first half? Rashford is through one-on-one with the Tottenham goalkeeper, doesn't put the chance in. Fernandes with a clear header onside, skies it over the bar. Garnacho, Mr. Selfish, I call him, who hogs the ball because he thinks he's the next Cristiano Ronaldo, is not ready for first-team football. And Ten Hag is still deploying Garnacho because he basically knows he's got 2 mercenaries on the bench in Jadon Sancho and Anthony Martial, who he both knows are not good enough as Man United players and make no impact when the going gets tough. It's embarrassing for Manchester United. We are basically deploying mercenary tactics and mercenary excuses to get away with such a bad season. 2 games in, and Mark Goldbridge called this yesterday. Manchester United are in fucking chaos. And a massive shout out to Mark and everyone on the United stand. This team, these players, that squad, this football club are a fucking shambles. It's disgusting the way those fans and supporters who give up all their own time, all their own money, all their own energy to go and watch that pile of dog shit perform on that Tottenham pitch today at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's embarrassing. I feel sorry for them because they should not have to witness such carnage in the second half and such shit, pathetic football where United basically gave up the ghost. United looked fucking invisible. And no wonder why every manager before has suffered down to the Glazers PR, down to this incompetent board, down to these players and this squad when you've got so many snakes in the dressing room trying to leech her back into the first team when we all deep down know they're holding the club hostage and we can't sell them. It is embarrassing. It's really, really embarrassing. And United are going to try and spin this now. They know we've lost 2-0. They knew this defeat was coming and they are going to try and spin it as much as possible by bringing players in. It would not surprise me this week if they get Amrabat, Gravenberch and a striker, because I'll tell you what, United need it. It's not acceptable. It's disgusting to do this to Ten Hag. It's not fair. You cannot put this manager in this position where he's got shiny new toys who are not performing to the standards. He's already one shiny new toy down with Man United chucking 73 million on an injured Rasmus Højlund who isn't even playing proper football yet. We've got Onana, who's basically been our best player since he walked through the door at Old Trafford. And Mason Mount, what a disaster that's been. Utter shambles from Mason Mount. And I see people with the number 7 shirt and Mason Mount on the back of it. And it's like, can you please take that off and put it in the bin? Because Mason Mount is absolutely fucking trash. I'm sorry. He doesn't like it. He's being called out for his shit performances. Fuck off back to Chelsea and try and get in Pochettino's team. Because I'll tell you what, mate, you're shambles. You're basically a shitter version of Nemanja Matic who actually won a trophy United compared to you. It says a lot for Manchester United. It says so much that United are in trouble. United are embarrassing at the moment. And I'm not surprised the shit they're going to get off the fans and supporters tonight. I just feel sorry for everyone connected with the football club. United have just got no rhythm, no energy. Their players have down-tooled. They've dropped their heads and they're throwing Ten Hag under the bus. It's simple as that. This manager is doing everything he can to get results, get points on the board, get us up that Premier League table. And United are boring to watch. I completely agree with Daraj Games 247 in chat, who's one of our moderators. It's embarrassing. They're boring to watch. It's fucking predictable FC. It's embarrassing. And we should not have to witness that crap. United should have set their stall out and gone for the juggler. United caved in, ladies and gents. United caved in and gave up on you. They don't care about their performances. They don't care about their attitude. All they're interested in is their pay packets. We are a joke. We are so far behind already after 2 games. Behind Brentford and Liverpool. I mean, come on. Brighton, 3 points off already. And United think they can get top 4 playing like that and compete in Europe. It's an utter disgrace. It's an utter disgrace. United are pathetic. United are shambolic. We are embarrassing to watch. We are embarrassed to watch United play competitive football. It's shocking. It's fucking shocking. United have got no right performing like that. And where this is going to head next, I don't know. I honestly do not know what's going to happen next this week, but United have got some acting to do and they've got to act fucking quickly if they decide, well, we might have to find the money now because we can't perform like that every week. And players who want the Man United move are not going to wait around forever. Amrabat, we've been chasing all summer. United have still not got the deal done because we have to sell Mctominay and Fred. We can't get rid of Maguire, so we can't bring Pavard in. We can't bring a second striker in. We're targeting Stone. Brilliant. Like, really brilliant. We're targeting loan deals again because there's no money, apparently, which is bullshit. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. And no wonder we fans are moaning amongst each other because we do not know what is going to go wrong next. Because the fan base is getting so divided. about what is best for this football club, what is best for everyone. At the moment, United aren't at their best. They're crumbling away. I mean, Garnacho was such an influential part of Man United's season last season. And he's come in this season and he looks unrecognisable. Is he pissed that he hasn't got the number 7 shirt and he thought he was going to get it? He ain't good enough to have that United 7 shirt. He shouldn't even be given it in the first place. And I'm glad he didn't get given it. Because based on those 2 performances, he shouldn't have been given it. And he hasn't got it, thank God. Garnacho has got to utterly turn his game up. Because on that left wing, he is selfish with the ball. He plays too many idiotic passes, loses the ball too much. Whenever he's on the ball, he loses possession. It's just unbelievable that this United team that looked so good last season, getting Champions League football, winning the Carabao Cup, getting top 4, and all of a sudden it looks night and day of how crap it is. It's unbelievable at the moment. And that car horn out there basically is showing the signs of United are alarming. They're more alarming than the car horn. That is embarrassing. It's shocking for Manchester United today. And it wouldn't surprise me if Nottingham Forest surprise us again next week. Because Nottingham Forest is not going to be tough. They've just beat Sheffield United yesterday evening. And are going to be confident of trying to go to Old Trafford and win. United are not turning up for the big occasion. United are just caving in. Like, I thought the Tottenham result was bad. Imagine what it's going to be like away to Chelsea and Man City and Arsenal and Liverpool and Newcastle, who we're trying to compete with. What's next? Well, what's next for me? We need a rebuild. We need a fucking rebuild in the next 2 weeks of this transfer window. We've got this week coming and 5 days after that. And United are going to have to spend the money. I'm sorry. You cannot keep hiding behind the excuses of financial fair play and sell to buy. It's bullshit. There's no excuse now. United cannot keep burying their heads in the sand. They can't keep using that as an excuse not to spend any money. And if United carry on doing it, I'll call it out every week. And when we do our transfer window assessment tomorrow, I'm not just going to sit there and think, oh, do you not, Man United, you were hard done by. It's very unlucky that you lost today. You deserve to lose. You deserve to lose. You are a joke. United are a shambles. United are a shambles. It's embarrassing. Tottenham deserved that win. Tottenham outplayed Manchester United. They went for it. They knew Man United were vulnerable and they've exposed the vulnerability. Marcus Rashford, like we said, and Garnacho down the middle and down the left don't work. We're then bringing on a youngster in Palestri who's crap as well. Why we're extending his contract and then loaning him out again? I don't know what the clear plan is. Palestri ain't any good. And then they bring on Sancho to try and make their numbers up, and he ain't any good either. And United wonder why we are a mess. Because they've got players here that shouldn't be at the club. We've got players who aren't good enough. And we've got players we need and are desperate for, waiting for the move and being told, United, be patient, calm down. Everything's going to be fine. No. Don't keep making them wait. Sign the fucking deal and get the deal done. You lazy fucking shits. And those owners and board have probably been sat there all week, twiddling their thumbs on Football Manager, eating a big fucking size packet of Doritos. It's fucking embarrassing that the way United operate behind the scenes and then that features onto the pitch. We deserve every bit of shit we get tonight. United are a shambles. I mean, the midfield situation, we've discussed Mason Mount. But what the fuck is happening to Fernandes and Casemiro? How exposed those two have got in the midfield. Casemiro was probably our signing of the summer last year and probably our best player and got into the Premier League team of the season. And all of a sudden now, he's been back to Shitamiro. Because he's not Casemiro, it's Shitamiro. He's absolutely woeful. Getting exposed and run through the midfield again by James Maddison, who United should have gone and signed. Fernandes, since he's become the captain, thinks he's the big I am now. I'm the leader on the pitch. I'm the captain. You will bark to my orders and you will bow down to my knee and you will do what I tell you to do. What's happening? What is happening to this team? It's just not clicking. Like, the only player I think really can come out of any cojones or any balls tonight is Onana. Like, he's the only player I think that gets this. And that's worrying. Onana was probably the best player all 90 minutes. Because the rest of them were shambles. Diallo ain't no right back. Is worse than probably Fabio Da Silva. Wan-Bissaka, I get booked every week. I put in stupid tackles and get myself booked. Martinez and Varane, vulnerable at the back, exposed by their slow ability with the ball. Luke Shaw apparently is the best left back in the Premier League. Is he? He's Roberto Carlos, is he? And people will say you're overreacting. Not at all. I am being honest about how shit that was. And some fans in this fan base need to wake the fuck up, because you either have got your eyes shut when you're watching Manchester United or you're completely blind to the crap we've got in that team. Either go to Boots and get your eyes tested and wake up and get in the real world, or watch United for how shit we are and how bollocksly crap this transfer window's been. Wake up and smell the coffee. United, sell to buy, financial fair play. We got to get rid of players to bring players in. No, I'm sorry, no. Stop with the lies. Stop with the bullshit. Can people see now, say why the things I say? United are a mess, and we're paying the big price for it. Carry on like that, the manager's gone. Ten Hag will be sacked. But I would resign. I'd be, fuck this mess. You can take your transfer window, you can take your financial fair play, and you can take your sell to buy bullshit somewhere else. I'm not sticking around for this. And if I was Ten Hag, I would go back to fucking Ajax. I think I would. I would go back to Ajax and say, do you know what? I'm going to go to a proper run club with proper run financial people who back me and give me the players I want, who get me the results on the pitch. Because those players aren't delivering results. They're delivering heart attacks. That is what Man United are doing. They're delivering fault. Every fucking game's going to be the same. Because we've got no quality in that pitch. Got no goal scorer. Got no midfield balance. The defence is all over the place. Got no backup goalkeeper. And players like Dean Henderson, Tom Heaton, Eric Bailly, Scott McTominay, Harry Maguire, Donny van der Beek all need to be sold this week. No more excuses from United. No fucking more. Because I am sick to death of it. I am sick to death of you hiding behind the curtain. Come out the closet and fucking wake up and look at reality. Because I don't see Liverpool doing this. I don't see Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Newcastle, Tottenham doing it. United have got no right using excuses to get away with it. It's not fair on the manager. Ten Hag's having to do what he's got. He knows he's got a lot of shit in that squad. He knows those players that performed today are not performing under him. And I don't know why. Because that team looked clinical last season. Now, that clinical's gone out the window. I think Garnacho needs to be dropped and put in the reserves. I think Pellistri and Anthony need to do the same. I think Eriksen needs to come back in because Mount is crap. Fernandes needs stripping of the captaincy and giving it to a proper leader like Varane or Onana. I think Sancho we need to sell. Rashford needs to be gone. Martial needs to be told or terminate his contract. McTominay and Maguire need to be told where the door is and terminate their contracts or sell them. United need to be crucial now because this could get worse before this gets any better. And let's hope it doesn't, because Ten Hag is going to find this in a few weeks thinking, fucking hell, you want me to get league results with this? You want me to perform well in Europe with this shit? Well, good luck to you, because I'm not sticking around for this. And if Ten Hag has got any remorse, apologise on the behalf of those players, or get those players to come out and apologise. Because I am tired of those players getting away with it. I'm sick to death of it. Those players got away with it last season. You're not getting away with it now. Because it's not fair that you perform at a standard as shit as that. It was like watching a five-a-side team. That is how bad it was. No fluency in the attack. You've got injury-prone Martial that shouldn't even be at the club. And he's being brought on to try and put the ball in the net. It's a joke. United have got no excuses now to mess this up. But they will. And they'll spin this now and try and get the fans and supporters back on side. Well, we know it went wrong against Tottenham, but you know what? We're going to buy some players now and get you all back inside and brainwash all of you. The brainwashing ain't working. Us fans are not stupid. Us supporters are not thick. We know what we're on about. We witness this every fucking week. And you're saying, well, got to sell to buy. Mctominay and Maguire refusing to go. We don't really need to sign another striker because we've got Martial. We've got McTominay and Donny van de Beek, so you don't really need Amrabat and you don't really need Gravenberch. You've got Rashford and Martial. Why do you want a striker? You've got Henderson and Tom Heaton still. You're back up to Onana. Why do you want a second goalkeeper? You can see why, because some of them shouldn't even be in a United shirt. If I was the manager, I'd be forcing those players straight into training and double fucking sessions for the rest of the fucking week. Because I am sick to death of these players now. Getting away with it after a successful season last year. Finishing third in the Premier League wasn't great. Finishing third was not great. Winning the Mickey Mouse Cup that someone could do in their sleep isn't great. Like, United now need to, Manchester United now need to get on the front foot and be ruthless now. Be ruthless now. I do not want to see a repeat of this again because I witnessed a team that gave up. That was not Manchester United. That was a hell on wheels. That was a kitchen nightmare. United threw in the towel. Basically, they got the Dido white flag song on and put it on repeat because they gave up and waved the white flag on all of you. I'm devastated. I'm quite frankly very pissed off. And I've got the right to be. I've got the right to show my passion. I've got the right to show my voice and let my voice be heard. Those players are useless twats. Oh, you can't say that about the players. You can't aim stuff at them. I couldn't give a shit about their personal feelings. I couldn't give a shit about them. I don't give a shit about their egos. They are small-minded players that have got no balls to fight on the pitch and win games. You scraped past walls and now you've been exposed again. Well done, Manchester United, you incompetent, lazy fucks. Because you didn't want to battle for Tottenham. You were scared to go near James Maddison. Wan-Bissaka and Diallo were basically having the runs. They were fucking shitting themselves every time Son got the ball. Richarlison was out muscling Martinez and Varane. I mean, what the fuck is that all about? A guy who does this fucking chicken dance like that on FIFA as a celebration fucking was not showing he was chicken round Martinez and Varane. It's embarrassing. United are a joke. It's a fucking circus. Everyone's on strings. Everyone's on puppets. You're all muppets. Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog could have done a better job than you useless fucks. I'm sick to death of it. Down tooling, giving up, throwing in the game, throwing the towel in, thinking, I'm the big guy I am. Don't criticise me. You can't dare slam my performances. I'm doing what we can. It's not our fault we're shit. Well, it is, because you're meant to be playing as a team. There's no I in team, but some of you players in that team think there is. You get an overrun in the midfield. The attack is woeful. And I tell you, if United have got any hot corners, sell Rashford, sell Martial, sell Palestri, sell Sancho, sell Ahmad, sell those six and bring in 6 clinical goal scorers and wingers and sell Anthony back to Ajax as well. The Brazilian magician who thinks he's Pele. What a load of waste for 85 fucking million. 85 fucking million for Anthony, who does his little spins on the ball thinking he's on Rocket League. I mean, come on. 85 fucking minutes on that useless fuck. Send him back to Brazil or send him back to Ajax on loan. Because he was shit today. Utterly shambolic. Why we went with the same team is diabolical. But that ain't on the manager. That is down to insignificant funds and players he wants, he ain't getting. You can't blame Ten Hag for picking that team. You can't, because that's what he's got to work with. He doesn't want McTominay. He doesn't want Van der Beek. He doesn't want Maguire because he knows they're all shit. And you're telling him, oh, I'd rather have those three in the team than some of those players. He's got no choice but to pick that team. And people wonder why we're shit. It's because he hasn't got the tools. He hasn't been given the money. He hasn't been given signings in the last 2 fucking weeks. United have sat there and done fuck all. It's embarrassing. Tell Real Sociedad it's a permanent deal for Donny van der Beek. Tell West Ham, right, we'll set the 30 million for Scott McTominay. We'll take the 30 million for Maguire and we can tell Maguire we are not paying him off to leave. We need to stop being ruthless. I'm sick to death of player protection. And you can't say this about them. You can't say that about them. I can say what the fuck I want. They are human beings They are human beings. Take it and look at your own performance. Look in the mirror and say, look how shit you was today. I would have been chilling on Fortnite with my friends or FIFA or Rocket League. I would have rather have done that than watch that woeful shit. It's embarrassing. 90 minutes of shit. And you wonder why we're crap. Look at that team and look at the lack of energy. Look at the lack of enthusiasm. Those players look fed up. Those players look glum as anything. Not one of them smiling. But what really annoyed me, and it was right on the end when we got the free kick on the edge on the Tottenham penalty area, and it was the 98th minute. Fernandes is on the free kick. It goes over the bar, and he's standing there fucking laughing. What the fuck's that about? You're the captain, and you're standing there fucking laughing because it's gone over the bar. It's not fucking funny, mate. You're meant to be the captain of this club. You're meant to be leading this club out to glory. You're meant to be the leader. And you sat there, You've basically turned into Jimmy Carr, mate. Because you're laughable. You're laughing at your own shit free kick that you demolished over the bar. That was like having Lukaku back with a first touch of a Sainsbury's car park. Utter shambles. I'm embarrassed. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to say. But United were terrible. Utterly terrible. It's embarrassing. And they get away with it as well. And they get away with it. Those players need calling out. You're awful, lad. You're a joke to the club. Not just to the shirt. You're a joke to the badge. And you're a disgrace to this world. Do yourself a favour, lads. Fuck off out this club and get the fuck out. Some of you that are holding this club hostage for fees that you want to be sold for, take the money and go. Tell Harry Maguire you can fuck your 200 grand a week. We're selling you to West Ham. Tell Scott McTominay we're selling you to West Ham. Stop protecting their egos. Enough is enough of Protection FC. We're not a fucking Power Ranger. We ain't got the Shield of Triumph to try and protect us. We're not on Power Rangers Dino Fund or Power Rangers Ninja Storm. It's a joke. You're not a team. You're a bunch of egotistic players that only give a shit about your wage. You players should be ashamed of yourself today. You are a joke. And we ain't finished yet. It's a joke. And no wonder we're in the mess we're in. United now need to act quickly in the next 2 weeks. Sign some players and get rid of the deadwood. Sanction the Amrabat deal. Get Gravenberch in. Get a world-class striker next to put down the middle in deployment of Rashford. Because at the moment, that team cannot be trusted. I would even at this point take Che Adams from fucking Southampton. I would take bloody Gorkarez from Sporting Lisbon on loan. And apparently, the strikers United are targeting on loan. Volland from Bayer Leverkusen. Taremi from Porto. Icardi from Galatasaray. What the fuck is that all about? 30-year-old strikers again. You might as well bring Cavani back. Because at least he showed some bloody passion in the United shirt. They never replaced him. And they never replaced Ronaldo when Ronaldo left. It's a fucking disgrace. It's an utter disgrace. I just can't stand United hiding behind their excuses. It's not acceptable. You're throwing Ten Hag under the bus, and no wonder he looks fucked off. It's unfair on everyone connected with the club. Utter shambles, United. I just don't know what to say to you. Then you need to have a hard, long look at the club you are, and some of you players need to realise your days are numbered. Get out the club and leave. Fucking do one, you useless shits. Don't dare come out and say, oh, well, at least we gave it a go. We'll bounce back FC. We'll bounce back FC. Don't you dare go on social saying, we're sorry about today. We'll bounce back FC. You've got more bounce back than a fucking trampoline. You've got more fucking bounce than Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. We're not a fucking Disney character. Wake the fuck up and play the football that Ten Hag is demanding out of you. Because at the moment, you're not listening. You're not obeying to the manager's orders and you're not listening to what he's telling you in training. Whatever's going on, come out and tell it. Tell the truth. Some of these journalists like Samuel Lutkers, Laurie Whitwell, David Ornstein, James Ducker, come out and tell the truth. Neil Curtis from The Sun, come out and tell us the truth. Stop protecting Manchester United on social and on your Twitter. Slam the club. Criticise them for what they are. Incompetent, lazy fucks who are sat there doing fuck all for 2 weeks. It's embarrassing. I am not happy. I want a response. I want some action and urgency taking in the next few weeks before this window shuts. God forbid us. Because that is what it's going to take. And if you don't do it, reap the whirlwind. And the Glazers have been warned. Reap the whirlwind if you fail to sell the club and fuck off back to America. Take your family, take your friends, sell Manchester United and do one. If you don't respond to the sale and you stay at the club, reap the fucking whirlwind from the fans and the supporters of this club, because we ain't giving up. We are here to stay until you leeches are gone. Because you are denying Man United's success here. Don't dare do it to another manager, because Ten Hag does not deserve it. But Ten Hag looks beaten. It's because of the performances and it's because of the money that has not been sanctioned for deals that he is desperately wanting. If I was Man United, get on the phone to Amrabat and get that deal done. Get Gravenberch on loan from Bayern Munich or even permanently and sign a fucking striker. Go and get Che Adams from Southampton. He'll put the ball in the net. He's been on fire this season for Southampton. At least he can score goals. Because we are going to need it now more than ever. Don't sit there and hide behind your screens and say everything's okay. Because it's not with me. And it certainly isn't there for Man United fans after today's woeful display. United should be ashamed. You should be really ashamed of yourselves. Really disgraceful performance in front of your own fans and supporters. And fans were walking out 20 minutes after the second half kickoff. Those fans have got more passion and more glory than that United team have. They get it. They care. That team don't care. Those players don't give a shit. That squad got no quality. It's got no squad depth. But that's all I'm going to say. I think if the man of the match is going to anyone, it ain't going to any of those players. The man of the match goes to those fans. It goes to those supporters who gave up their own energy, time and effort to travel all the way up to North London and watch that woeful bag of dog shit perform like that. Shambolic from Manchester United. It's not okay. It's unacceptable. That's all I'm going to say on this point, because I could go on and on, but the message is clear, United. Sign some fucking players these next 2 weeks. Sell the deadwood and wake up before this situation gets out of hand. Wake up, because that is going to need miracles. And that is all I'm going to say on today's game and the performance and on this reaction. Because I'm actually going to try and enjoy the rest of my Saturday evening while I can, as well as the rest of my weekend, thanks to United's shit today. So we're going to leave it there. Hit the like button, the share button. Please keep subscribing to the channel. United Red Devils Twitter on YouTube if you're new. Share the video. Hit the tweet button. Hit the retweet button. And remember to always put that notification bell on at all times to receive dedicated content right throughout the rest of 2023 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Share the video, hit the tweet button, hit the retweet button, and remember to put that notification bell on at all times to receive dedicated content right throughout the rest of 2023 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube for more Fortnite content, Hogwarts Legacy, Kingdom Hearts 4, FIFA 23, EA Sports FC 24, Rocket League, previews, reactions, more transfer news in and out of Man United in the next 2 weeks of this summer transfer window. And then obviously tomorrow afternoon, we'll be doing our transfer window assessment for week 9 for Manchester United. And you thought the week 8 assessment was interesting. Wait till we hear tomorrow's assessment for week 9 of this 2023 summer transfer window with United, because it ain't going to be a pretty one. Enjoy us for Saturday evening. Enjoy us for the weekend. Stay safe, be nice, be kind to each other. You're all legends. You're all legendary. Thanks for watching. Well done, United.